Session 2025 begins tomorrow, and over the next 90 days, Maryland lawmakers will work to navigate a projected $3 billion budget shortfall. A new Gonzalez poll shows Marylanders are uncertain about the state's financial future. Only 17% support an increase in state property taxes, while 77% disapprove.
But when you ask Maryland voters, are they willing to pay more taxes for a problem, the deficit they perceive their elected representative created? And the answer is overwhelmingly no.
Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost was in Annapolis. She looks into how lawmakers are planning to address the budget deficit.
The projected nearly $3 billion budget deficit is looming over leaders here in Annapolis. With the next legislative session set to begin in just hours, lawmakers will be forced to answer the question about how to balance the budget. The halls of the State House are quiet now, but in just hours, lawmakers, lobbyists, staffers, and everyone else will be ushering through as the 2025 legislative session begins. And this year, finding a way to balance the budget will be the biggest priority, especially with a nearly $3 billion deficit projected for the upcoming budget year.
Go Democrats, and bless you guys, and thanks for all.
During a Democratic luncheon Tuesday, we questioned State Senator Guy Gazzoni, chair of the powerful Budget and Taxation Committee.
There's a pretty significant change. There are a lot of things going on, a lot of uncertainty.
Senator Gazzoni says he's had some conversations with Governor Wes Moore, but isn't giving too many details on the plan. People want to know exactly what they're going to prepare for. What do you say to Marylanders who are concerned that their taxes might go up at the end of this session?
So I can't tell them exactly what's going to happen at this point. That's not the way we work. That's not the way the process works. It's going to be 90 days of very thoughtful, hard work to figure out what's best for the state.
With the latest Gonzalez poll indicating more than 70% of Marylanders don't want to fork over more taxes for a deficit problem they believe is the result of lawmakers' decisions. How do you plan to balance the wishes of Marylanders with the budget needs that we're seeing?
You know, no one wants to just raise taxes willy-nilly. It's, in fact, if there's any way for us to move forward without having to look at revenues, that would be ideal. But I think when you say to Marylanders, the cost is taking away dental coverage for seniors, or it's kicking 100,000 people off of Medicaid who won't have coverage, and costs for Marylanders go up through their private insurance policies. We have to communicate why these revenues are necessary and are a net benefit for the state. It's the last option on the table, but it's important that we protect our values and invest in our people. If we can't get there, we'll look at revenues, but we're going to do, if we have to, it'll only be in a way that is not increasing prices for Maryland families, and we'll really maybe be asking our wealthiest Marylanders to help contribute more to help.
Senate President Bill Ferguson and Governor Moore agree new taxes are not the first option or the only solution. So what is? Governor Moore says he wants to look at the tax code and maintains fiscal discipline and government efficiency will be key.
Maryland's budget is really got to be the thing that we've got to focus on. We've got to get spending under control. We've got to increase efficiencies in the way that we're doing our work, and we cannot grow an economy on the backs of working families.
House Speaker Adrian Jones.
It's time that we show Marylanders that we are here to do the work.
Spoke during the event Tuesday, but didn't take any questions. We followed up with her office asking, how does Speaker Jones want to see the General Assembly handle the projected budget deficit given the significant opposition from Marylanders to new taxes? Should Marylanders expect new taxes at the end of this session? Her office ignoring our questions. Meanwhile, some Republicans,
we cannot print money,
like Delegate Kathy Shalega, are pushing for a widespread budget cut.
I think the governor really has to take control, prove his leadership, and ask every single department to come in with at least 2% of reductions to their budget.
Ultimately, the multi-billion-dollar budget question remains as lawmakers prepare to kick off the 90-day session. While many details about how this plan will unfold are not being discussed publicly, we should get more information as the governor proposes his budget next week. In the State House, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.